welcome to the greatest sports show on planet Earth. This is Sports in 60 Minutes on Arabo Studios. I'm Femi, Farawe. I'm excited to have you join us. Today is a big day. We've got loads to talk about as we count down to the start of the Olympic Games and Team Nigeria's performance. Our fingers are crossed at the moment. We're hoping for all the best from the Nigerian athletes. I certainly will be sharing my thoughts as well as the guys right here. I've got Princewill Oviesan with me today. Princewill, how are you doing today?
Very good. Good afternoon, Femi.
All right, it's good to have you. I've also got Francisca Nwobodo. All right, you can see I did it. I got it correct today.
I know, it's good to be in the studio again once again.
All right, so I rehearsed the whole weekend just to get the pronunciation of Francisca Nwobodo.
Funny enough, you didn't even get it right.
Oh my God.
You know, Francisca, just let you go. Francisca, let it go. Let it go. But it's great to know you could join us. So this promises to be big. We'll build up to some of these transfer stories. It's crazy out there. Preseason games have started. We've seen some great results. Some also big moves. We'll touch on all of that, including the build up to the Olympic Games, right after this break. Okay, welcome back to Arabo Studios. We've got Sports in 60 Minutes. Femi, Princewill, and Francisca right here for you. Let's start off with the Olympic Games. We're all excited about it. Team Nigeria's medals chances are high. There's a lot of expectation in terms of competition. We've also got some very new athletes. But one sport that we do know we've got loads of hope in is boxing. And we start up with that one. Princewill, let's get your thoughts about it. The boxers have touched down in Paris. We're all excited about it. The last time Nigeria won a medal was the Ajagba era, and we've gone on to see what he's going on to do. That's one of our all-time power sports. You think we can medal this time?
Obviously, if you consider the three boxers we're actually bringing to be at the Olympics, heavyweight, light heavyweights, and the bantamweight, I'm very sure our medal hope will come from that particular angle. And give it to the heavyweight champion. I'm talking about Adams. I know very well he has done pretty well preceding this fight. He has actually fought 7 and won all. So the medal hopefully will come from boxing. But my own fear is we will be able to play the politics at that level.
Well, time will tell for us, really. We would note that the event starts on Monday, right? That's the 29th of July. So we'll monitor all the stories from the Team Nigeria and we'll bring you all those details right here. But before Monday, Francisca, there is the excitement of the opening ceremony. The creme de la creme will be right there. I think the USC are throwing in their biggest hands. LeBron James will be the flag bearer. The First Lady, Jill Biden, will be right there following him in the walk. For Team Nigeria, we've also gone for a very good cast. Are you excited about who we've selected to be our flag bearer?
Absolutely, I am. We are talking about no other person than Toby Amoso. She's the flag bearer for the athletes Team Nigeria. At least for me, when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, this is well deserved. She has worked hard, if you ask me, for my own opinion. She's worked hard and she's deserved being the flag bearer for Team Nigeria. So I don't know about you, I don't know about Princewill, but I know that Nigerians are very happy, super excited that she's the team bearer. And I know for sure, the last time we were here, I said Toby Amoso is one person who is so energetic when she's representing not just herself, the country as a whole. So,
you know what's funny, Francisca? You started by saying Nigeria, then you said you don't know about Princewill and I. We know Nigeria. Can we stop being
because
Nigeria?
The way you are looking at me, maybe the last time I checked, maybe you're a Ghanaian or
I look more Ghanaian than Femi.
Yeah, exactly. But do you agree? Are you good with it?
Yes. So
are you good with the whole selection in terms of the captain and the flag bearer?
I have a bit deviation when it comes to the captainship.
Expected.
Yes, but for the flag bearer, fine brown, fine personality, representing the very best at that optimal level. And when it comes to performance, I'm talking about Toby Amoso. I think with Toby, it's a fine future. You know, that's the very best we've produced so far in the last couple of 2-3 years when it comes to athletics all over the world. For me, the captain, neither here or there, because I was looking at somebody who has this vast experience to manage the mentality of the athletes and the go-between, because it has to do with public relations. You're the person representing the athletes, you're the person that talks to the government representative. How well are you able to carry other person plays the key role? And I want to believe that there are other experienced athletes too, though the ministry knew what they wanted and they picked him, so
The NOC, I think the NOC.
Yes, NOC, I beg your pardon.
The Olympic Committee,
Yeah.
because once the ministry hands over to the NOC, they've got every other thing to do. But the truth about it is that nobody likes you.
Thank you.
You are the one always come. Look, the rest of us have said we're fine with it. We're excited, but it takes only you.
I'm okay.
Maybe you're really Ghanaian. Maybe you're really Ghanaian.
I'm okay with that.
Well, let's talk about basketball, because we've got quite a lot of events we're going there. Princewill broke them down for us last week, right? Basketball is one event we're also going for. The Tigress. It's a very difficult group, right? And we will not deny what we've seen, but we've seen shocks already in the words of Princewill scrimmage that we've seen, some of those friendly games. USA were almost shocked by South Sudan, right? They struggled in all their games until the end. You think the Tigress could pull the rabbit out of the hat?
Well, going by what they have done so far, even though that they are, the games they've played recently, they've lost most of the games. But we are talking about the major tournament itself. They are world champions, and I know that they know what it means to be a world champion. I think they are going to pull a stunt for me.
The Tigress.
Are you talking about the Tigress?
I want to understand.
Maybe world champion.
With the coach that they have now.
Wakama. Wakama. Where are you getting this confidence from?
But why are you people like this now?
Like how?
I don't understand.
On this one, Princewill WhatsApp
Don't
group.
you see the girls, Ezine and the likes?
I saw the squad.
So what are we talking about?
And I'm a bit.
I know where you both are coming from. Don't worry. Let's go on.
Can I just pop in? Can I just pop in? You see, when you talk about basketball, give it to the ladies. But when it gets to that particular level of competitiveness, you can't take away the Serbian, the Spaniards, the Canadians, the Americans. It's going to be tough for the Tigers. I'm being sincere here. It's going to be tough. We could just, like you said something last week, the Olympic is where you go to participate. Yes, that's the major aim.
Yeah, that's the aim.
The medal squabble comes to a different ball game. Are we actually a medal winning team in basketball? I don't think so.
We played Japan. Will that confirm your thoughts in terms of how they play? A win or a loss, what gets you to our side, or what keeps you far away from us?
What gets you to our side?
Yeah, our side here means that
you watched the game. You did watch the game.
Well, to be honest, I didn't. To be honest, I did not. But then again, I feel, just like I said, these are girls who knows their onion. And also, I want to believe that the coach too knows the reason why she's there. The Tigress, this is a team that everybody is looking up to. And I feel that they will not just want to go there to disappoint us. They will go there to make a point. Yes, you might want to say maybe they have one or two things. Maybe they might not be able to do what they're supposed to do well. But then again...
Are you placing your bet on them for the gold medal?
How?
Gold medal?
No, I'm asking her.
Let's take it one at a time.
Let's go to another women's team. We've got quite a number of. Funny enough, this Olympic Games, it seems as though our medal hopefuls are the women.
Exactly.
Right? You mentioned Tobi Amusa earlier on. We spoke about the Tigress. Now the Super Falcons. They are returning to the Olympic Games after what?
16 years.
16 years since 2008, right? Are you optimistic too, that one?
Then
because
maybe,
they've got a difficult group.
Yes, maybe with the Super Falcons, I will say to you, I am neither here or there, because I've seen.
No, you got to be somewhere. No, you got to be somewhere on this.
With the Super Falcons, I beg your pardon. Look at the group where they are. Japan is there. USA is there. Spain. I was telling someone that don't forget that what the Spanish.
Is it US or Canada?
Canada.
Yeah. I was telling someone that what the Spanish FA has done with the male team is the same thing that they have done with the female team. So we have to be very careful with the Spanish national team. So that group for me is very, very tough. But that's not to say that perhaps they'll win games.
You see, Prince, we're just saying what she's done here now. She's been political with the answer.
Exactly.
They're going round.
Exactly.
Look,
let me hit the nail.
The truth is this, with Super Falcons, I believe in the Tigers more than Super Falcons, to be honest with you.
Let me hit the nail. In sports, the place of mentality comes to play a lot. As we progress in every competition, how vivid, how strong is your mentality? And that is where we've always lacked. When our girls get to a particular level, the euphoria gets into them and they play to the gallery. In football, if we get to the quarterfinal, the god of soccer, like they usually say in Nigeria, is with us. The group we're into is a very tough one.
That's what I said.
It's a very tough
one. So what's your verdict is anything can happen. Your verdict is...
No, he's well, let him speak for himself.
No, speak for me, please.
No,
speak for Nigerians.
Speak for Nigerians.
I personally don't think the Super Falcons will make it out of that group, and that's my personal opinion. I think Spain are a team, like you said, world champions. They're level above us. right? Canada Olympic champions. They're the only team to never have won the World Cup, right? To have won an Olympic game. So, and I also think the Canadians are just a level above us,
Then
right?
Japan,
former
tough
world
nut to crack.
champions, right?
It's tough nut to crack.
Yeah, so,
football.
and top 2 qualify, not top 3. I'm just going to put my money on those 2.
But I would rather put my money on the Tigers than Super Falcons.
Even the Tigers you're talking about,
I'm
Francisca.
saying
I've been trying to sit on the fence since I let both of you.
Tigers than Super Falcons.
I kind of also...
Because we've seen the level of preparation.
What's the level of preparation of the Tigers?
Super Falcons.
What's the level of preparation? They've been in camp in Saarbrücken, in Germany, right? We've seen how they've assembled. This is the same squad that why they dominated Africa. Even the board members will tell you it was a miracle. We won the Afro baskets.
Femi, I've been following the Tigers' preparation all through. The girls are determined, but the environment they'll be competing in is far higher than them. I still keep holding on to the mentality angle. The Tigers will just go there and participate and come back.
Okay, so at this point, we've got to go for a break. There'll be more to come through, including conversations about grassroots developments in Nigeria and transfer stories. Stay with us. Okay, welcome back. This is Sports in 60 Minutes, and we've got some exciting stories coming through from the Nigerian sports scene. Now, we always know how people say, oh, Nigeria, but most recently, we've seen a lot of stories from grassroots development. There was a story around Sporting Lagos on the junior team, went over to Sweden for the Gold Tier Cup. We also saw Beyond Limits. I'm a bit confused. Princewill, maybe you can shed some light for me. Is Beyond Limits a professional club, or is it a grassroots academy?
For the Beyond Limit that I know that competed to gain promotion to the NPFL, it's a professional club.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But that, as it may, they also have an academy, which is the stipulated rule given by the NFF. For a club,
but
you must have...
If I'm correct, Beyond Limits is the academy of Remo Stars.
Yes.
So if they're the feeders team of Remo Stars, they too, they now have their own feeders team.
Exactly. That's the real reality. What makes Beyond Limit beautiful is that is a team built around young men. I watched a crop of players who came from Beyond Limit in the Youth Fund Under 17 last year. They actually won that trophy. They metamorphosed into the guys who won the ticket into the NPFL of this season. But what I just want to say is that the culture of maintaining certain group of players to metamorphose into the bigger one, we don't actually have it. But for Beyond Limit, it is the academic team that actually went to Sweden for the Gold Tier Cup.
All right, so let's ask you, you have got any thoughts about this one?
Well, I love the fact that he was able to talk about sustainability because that's always a problem. We know how to get to the top, but we don't know how to maintain the top. So I don't know. You know, I was having a kind of discussion with some group of people some times ago, and I was saying to them that we live in a country where we don't have the 3 Ps. And what are these 3 Ps? Policy, program, and project. All of us, both administrators, as a nation, as a country, as football or sport administrators, we don't have these 3 Ps. And the truth is, whether you are an academy management or you own an academy or whatever, you have to have these 3 Ps. If you don't have these 3 Ps, there is no how you can build. Yes, it's good that we've seen Beyond Limits, gone into the Nigerian professional football. Well, you and I know that this same set of people, just like you mentioned, they don't have that sustainable. What are the programs that they have laid down for these players to, be able to get to a certain level that they want to get to?
We've seen a few players from Beyond Limits go international. The player at Inter Milan, Akim Samiro. There's also one player who recently signed for Lille in this transfer window. You know what I just realized when you guys were speaking? I need to get myself glasses as well, because since if I wear glasses, I'll sound very intelligent. When you said 3 Ps, I was a bit confused. I'm like, what exactly is the 3 Ps? But you know what? Great plan, great ideas you share. But, there's no hard and fast rule about this academy system in terms of progression. In the USA, it's the NCAA, and there's football, athletics, American football. There are different connections. The basketball, where we see players graduating to the NBA, right?
Yeah.
We see players into the NHL, LMB, MLB, and all the whatnots. In the UK, it's a bit different. The academies, where players go into Manchester City, Manchester United. For Nigeria, we don't have an outright system. Do we need a system like what we see in the UK, in the US, or are we good in terms of just mixed economy, get it the way we can?
Well, while we're having that conversation, somebody brought up this, conversation as well, that we are good at fire brigade approach. So if that is what is working for us, please let's stick to what is working for us. But then again, I said to them, no, we can't continue doing fire brigade approach, so that it will get to a point, it will begin to affect us, and we can see that it is really affecting us in terms of our football administration and everything. So for me, I feel we need, since we are colonized by the British people, I feel since we want to adapt everything that we are doing, why not we also adapt with their academic system and so on, to help us grow our football or our sports environment as a whole?
Princewill, because I'm a bit confused here, and I'm saying this out of pure lack of knowledge when she says this. We've seen some success from our fire brigade in quotes approach. Let's pick a few names. Kelechi Iheanacho, right? That's one name. Osimhen, that's another name. Samuel Chukwueze. These are a few players who never played at the highest level in Nigeria in terms of the MPFL or the NNL. They came through one academy or the other, and they currently play for some of the biggest clubs in Europe. So if you say our system is flawed, we have quite a number of success. And Victor Osimhen, by the way, is the current African Footballer of the Year. That tells you that, look, our system may not be as bad as Francisca paints it.
Now, let me comment here. Either you like it or not, that you're doing something and it's yielding certain result and you're not following the right path doesn't mean that's the right thing. If you really want to grow into football structure, there is a pattern from the academy to the age grade to the national level. That we've had some of our players who are right now playing in good clubs abroad. Those are exceptions. Are we following the trend? Let's take a good example of what the Spaniard team has done. Some of the players who played in the Euro started from the under-17. And when you want to metamorphose, you must create a system where each player has equal opportunity to grow.
Oh, we've done that.
We don't have that yet.
The Osimhen you mentioned played under 17, under 20.
I was going to come to
Alam,
you.
what's the name? The goalkeeper, Uzoho, our national team, played under 17. He's playing for the national. So there's been, even what's his name? Boniface. Boniface auditioned for the under 17.
How many players?
I was going to come to Femi Farawe. I remembered when Victor Osimhen, that set of under 17, won the World Cup. We are very good at winning the under 17 World Cup.
Well,
but what happens at the under 20, then
under 23,
then the national level? Because the truth is, I remember in that team, that under 17, where we have Victor Osimhen, when they won that World Cup, I don't think I remember any other player aside from Victor Osimhen.
There are a few players, no?
Can you name them, please?
There were a few players.
Do you know where they are?
Francisca, what's your point here?
But do you know where they are?
So let me explain to you.
I remember
let me remind you.
They call it, hold on, hold your thought. I'm sorry. We had one that they called Little Messi.
Stanley Okoro.
Please, where is Stanley?
So let me bring wait now.
So it still boils down to the processes.
Francisca, we're talking about process, and there's no perfect system. The NCAA has its flaws.
I agree.
The British system has its own flaws. You mentioned under 17. Now the sets before Osimhen sets, if you remember clearly. By the way, Chukwueze was part of the Osimhen set. But the set before the Osimhen set was the Alampasu, Iheanacho, Awoniyi, Uzoho. Right? Those are, I've already mentioned 4 players who also progressed all the way to the highest level. In the Osimhen's level, I mentioned Samuel Chukwueze, right? Was part of that team. I also reminded you that Boniface auditioned for that team. There are pictures of him and Osimhen. No, so I'm saying that, look, in every system, in Brazil, for example, because we talk about gods of football, Brazil have shown us that their system produces a lot of footballers. A lot of time players that go for the under 17, under 20 in Brazil don't make it to the national team. Are you saying that those players are not good? No, it just means that we all go through puberty at different stage. I probably go through puberty at 15. You may go through puberty at 17. You're still a teenager. My point is, by the time I'm 20, I may have already outmatured you. You are still going through your paces at 20.
But there's a fundamental problem we have in our own system here. We're not very sincere when it comes to the grooming of those players. In fact, it affects other nations. But in our own case, we're not very sincere. We've seen people, I'll give you a very example, and I'm going to mention his name, Furu Yenini. When he played the Nigeria 99 under 20, Furu was not 20.
Oh goodness, let's just, we need to go. No, we need to go to.
Said no. You've laid all your, all what you.
I've laid the positive things.
So let's continue with the conversation. Let's not go anywhere.
Oh, why this is the conversation? No. Princewill, because of time.
Let's use that time wisely. So you're free.
You want to mention some things about transfer, because I spoke about Victor Osimhen and how well our system has helped him. He's currently in conversations with PSG. Now we heard they've hit some form of bottleneck.
Yes.
Right? Because Chelsea are talking to Napoli about getting Romelu Lukaku the other way. But Conte needs to sell Osimhen, raise some cash, and try to rebuild the team. We also hear Kvaratskhelia is in conversation. But the latest is Osimhen's conversation is still ongoing. Yeah. But they haven't found a solution yet. Any other update from the Nigerian scene?
Yes, Kelechi Iheanacho, he has had a very, very rough time right there in Leicester City. Right now he's in Portugal talking. A deal is ongoing. I wanted to get the club name very correctly, but he's off to Portugal correctly, no going back.
Yeah, I always felt that Portugal was the first option. Before Man City, that was the first option he had. Didn't go then.
At that initial time.
Yeah, FC Porto, I was a bit surprised, but like you say, sometimes you can't run away from destiny. It catches up to you eventually. There are quite a lot of Nigerian stories going around in the transfer window. There's also the conversation of Sayodele Bashiru, and that's a done deal. Played for the Super Eagles, if you remember. Wore the number 10 jersey the last time Nigeria had qualifiers. He's moved over to Lazio, so it's a known secret. There'll be more updates from Nigerians making moves all across European football scene. At this point, we put a zip on this because the three of us go round and round there. I'm sure none of us will win this conversation in terms of grassroots football, but we'll talk more about it. We'll probably get resource people to also share their thoughts on what the best system would be for building a proper grassroots system in Nigeria. Let's go for a break. When we come up, we've got international transfers and more. Okay, welcome to the last part of Sports in 60 Minutes right here on iRebel Studios. I'm Femi, still got Francisca and Princewill. We're sharing thoughts coming through from the transfer world. Internationally, loads of updates going through. Now, Pep Guardiola, Francisca, let's start out with you. Yesterday, spoke about transfer signings. One spoke about the fact that Kevin De Bruyne is not going anywhere. It's going to be there. Ederson says, well, not too sure about interest from Saudi Arabia. But one thing we know, he says, if players are going to go in, a few more need to leave. That also includes the fact they've already signed Sabinho. That's a good signing from Brazil. He's been given an extended leave, right, because of the Copa America. He's expected to return just before the season starts.
Well, a very good signing for him, also for Pep Guardiola, Man City, and also for the player. The last time I checked, he played in the national team, the Copa America, and overall, entirely, he's played 7 games and just scored a goal for Brazil. And I also know the last time he was on loan in Girona from PSV. He was also on loan, and in Girona he was also on loan. So now to Manchester City, I think this is just a big opportunity for him. I also think he played one or two of their few season games, and for him, he's saying that, I love where I have been asked to play. I'm so good, I'm so comfortable. But the question is, I just hope you can build up to expectations of Pep Guardiola's, instructions and style of play. Because Ronald knows Pep Guardiola's style of play. I just hope that he can, adapt easily.
I think he can, because look, that position has suffered in terms of someone playing from the right. We saw him at Girona. I think it was Stroud, that's the club he moved from. And the 3 clubs are owned by the same owners. They're the City Group. So it will just move player from one point to the next point. The same thing we see for Watford and Udinese. So a good word for them. I've got an Arsenal story for you today, right? Yeah. My producer says finally I can give you one. Ricardo Calafiore. It seems as though that deal is edging a bit closer. What does he add to that Arsenal team? It's about, 45 million? That's the reported story about the transfer.
40 million precisely.
Plus 5 million in add-ons,
yes. So far, Arteta has not been able to sign any player apart from the goalkeeper that was completely.
Yeah, Stafford.
Yes, exactly. I'm saying we because as an Arsenal fan, we need a player that can bring an edge, a bite in that attacking role, and I think he brings that to bear with his panache and zeal. Come off it.
I just hope that you people will do something spectacular this season.
Well, we always wait for the banter, really. How every season I just patiently wait because I'm a bit worried in the sense that at what point do Arsenal fans start demanding from the club? You don't spend so much money. Now, this year again, you spent a lot of money last year. Bought Declan Rice for big money. Brought in Kai Havertz for big money. And you finished second. This year, you're spending more money by getting Calafiori in. There'll probably be 1 or 2 more.
Football is a long-term investment. The projection is there. If you look at the prototype Arteta is trying to build, he has completely deviated from what Arsene Wenger did. Francisca, this is a pure fact.
It's taking so long for crying out
people
loud.
keep saying that Arsenal as a team.
Fans.
Why?
Because it's long overdue.
Long
overdue for you to win.
They shouldn't wait for 15 years to pick a trophy. We got title. But
Princewill, in the
I guess
conversation...
I'm before Nobi...
Yeah, but Princewill, the conversation here is when you spend money, if I give you money,
result, right?
I expect results.
Yes.
And the result here means you're coming second.
Not just
second best. Remember when Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea, Carlo Ancelotti, Claudio Ranieri came second. I was behind the Invincible. Still got the matching orders for Mourinho to come in.
That's their culture.
Yeah, you don't buy a lot of players. The 2 goalkeepers were bought by him. The 4 defenders, with the exception of maybe Saliba, were all bought by him. He's bought Zinchenko, he's bought in midfielders.
But the board is not complaining.
That's where that lies my problem.
Exactly.
That lies my
From
problem.
a business point of view, he's doing a good job.
He's doing a good job.
But from the fan point of view, why are you a fan of the club? You want to see your club win.
Of the club.
And you want to see your club win.
Exactly.
Are you winning?
Not quite.
You know what, Farawe? I said this to an Arsenal fan that until the board of Arsenal says we want a trophy.
Who says they don't want a trophy?
We want a trophy, and you can see it written all over the faces.
Hold on.
Else, nothing will happen.
Hold on, Francisca.
Arsenal fans will keep supporting Arsenal without winning.
They show the dexterity and the doggedness to pick a trophy.
But you're not looking like.
Excuse me.
Because you and I know that he just mentioned the fact that he has signed several players.
Yes.
It's just like Manchester City. They gave Pep Guardiola all that he needed.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you have nothing to show for it. You are booted out of the job. That's what we're saying. For how long? You waited
that should be the problem of the board.
That's what we're still saying.
The question here is
the board are not ready.
Arsene Wenger did all this without splashing cash.
Different culture, different
challenged.
Arteta had the opportunity right now to splash cash. Let's wait.
Okay, all right.
Let's wait. Arsenal fans.
It's been 4 years without a trophy for Arsenal. Let's just remember, the last time we won a trophy was 5 years ago.
Yes,
we must mention. Which was 5 years ago, by the way.
They are so comfortable where they are.
Let's talk about Barcelona. Barcelona are not comfortable where they are. Last year, they lost the title to Real Madrid. They challenged for the Champions League. They want to build from where they stop. And they know Madrid have already unveiled Kylian Mbappe. They're trying to get in 5th players. Nico Williams and Dani Olmo have been listed as possible recruitments. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, we saw the combination. The reason why Nico Williams came up, the reason why the story came up for Barcelona is that they saw the combination between him and Yamin. You understand? Mm-hmm. So they felt this is a very good combination, and if we get him into the club, it's going to be very good for the club. And just like we're saying, Barcelona board, these are board of directors who know what they want. They know that at every point in time, we cannot just allow Real Madrid to take all the glory. You can imagine if Barcelona...
They'll take the glory again this season.
Not the season. I can tell you for once, not the season. For the fact that Mbappe has been signed, I am waiting to see how the season is going to pan. But I will tell you categorically that Barcelona are ready to compete, and that's why they have mentioned all of those players that they want to sign. And trust me, when these players come in, oh my God! You never see anything. You see the Xavi, Messi, and Andres Iniesta. We are coming with another version.
Oh my goodness, that's good. Well, you don't believe it.
I don't believe it because you see, the team itself is completely right now inexperienced, imbalanced. That's just the right word. And when you bring in Nico Williams, fine. Don't forget that team culture is completely different from the national team culture.
I agree.
When you come to the club, you have a different philosophy, the playing pattern. So that Yamal and Nico Williams did it very well with Spain in the Euro doesn't mean they will gel.
But then again, Xavi, Iniesta, Puyol, PK all played in the national team. So it is the same thing they are also trying to do with Barcelona.
Okay, can I remind you?
Don't forget that Barcelona and Real Madrid makes up the national team for Spain.
We're talking about this season.
It is almost the same thing that they are planning to build.
We're talking about this season.
I'm very confident. I don't know about you with your Arsenal, but I know that
No. Arsenal is out of this. We're talking about Spain right now. We're talking about Spain right now. Femi, either she likes it or not, Real Madrid will pick the trophy again this season.
No, never. We are going to be here, and I can tell you categorically
Why don't you wait for the 39
that
games
you will not take
to come off?
the trophy back to back. I am telling you this for free.
I like your zeal.
You know, when
we talk about Barcelona, I totally agree with him when he says there's an imbalance. I think that Barcelona's primary area of recruitment or reinforcement is that defensive midfield position.
Exactly.
Right? I feel they haven't gone on to get players because last year, no one was tried there. Frankie de Jong is always injured and doesn't even offer you enough in that position. Since they lost Busquets, I think no one has really stepped in to hold that position. Gavi and Pedri are always injured and don't really play in that sort of role. I thought that would have been the first priority. Yes, Nico Williams is an exciting signing if he comes in. And I think that's very good.
Man, Arsenal is also interested.
Who?
Nico Williams. Who? Arsenal.
Who?
Arsenal.
You just had a way to always spoil conversation. People will be serious, talking something serious. You just call me.
The people that
that's
have
the
won
thing.
are not ready.
Like really, what? You haven't bought a striker. You want to buy another player that is just going to run on the flank.
We'll get to see. Just cross the
You know
field.
what? That just automatically tipped our mood because at this point we just need to leave him. We're just going to push him. Once we leave this show, we're going to push him to one side and leave him there. Yes, just just forget it. I have a big thanks to you for joining us today on Sports in 60 Minutes on Arrival Studios. I'm Femi. Big thanks to Princewill and Francisca. We'll be back next time. Hopefully this time we'll get some great stories coming out from the clubs based on pre-season and transfer dealings. Until then, have yourself a great time, everyone. Stay safe.